Good morning, YouTube. My name's Daith, and today we've got a whole lot of SDCC news coming out. Of course, I'm going to go over the Transformers news, even though there's a lot more I would love to go over too. But, stick within my wheelhouse for now. So, anyways, let's go and get into it. I'll give credit to Transformers World 2005 for the pictures here. So here we got the design team for the Transformers about ready to go over. They're doing the recap. All this is taken from that recap video on YouTube already. So if you want to, go ahead and find Hasbro Pulse's channel, and you can probably find all the Transformers and all the other brand panel recaps that they did yesterday. G.I. Joe was fun, and so was Star Wars was okay. Anyways, so starting out, we're getting a revamped fan poll coming up. So it's going to be, kind of fun. It sounds like what's going on is like we're having the first round, we're going to end up voting on a certain character. Second round, we're going to go into alt mode category, and then the last will be the alt mode type. So it's supposed to be like, from what I understand, choosing a character, say like, they got, Megatron's Soundwave and Starscream here. So, but the whole thing is to like change up, what they turn into for the most part. Like, Soundwave, of course, everyone thinks about the classic, tape player and everything, but, it's not like it's the only mode he's ever had over the years. He's been a, SUV quite a bit lately. He's been an armored car, some sort of Cybertronian, spaceship. So, this has given us the chance to actually, go in and actually, choose a bot and maybe, choose what we want to see him turn into. So, kind of cool there. So, I mean, could be fun. I mean, it's like, what do you want to see, Megatron turn into other than a tank? Maybe, I don't know. So, anyways, let's go on here. Here we got the SDCC exclusive pack. The Void Rival set with the redecoed Jetfire and the two Void Rival like O-ring figures. I've passed on that Jetfire how many times, and this isn't gonna get me to buy it, but it's kind of a cool thing to see them, introducing the, new Skybound comics, even though I'm not a super fan of them. So, anyways, that should be up on Pulse sometime after the con's over, if there's any left. The other one, well, we've already gotten the Prime and Starscream. In fact, I really do have the Prime and Starscream here. But anyways, the Bumblebee and Megatron pack should have gone up during Comic-Con. Well, at the con at least. And then just like the Jetfire pack should be available on Pulse sometime afterwards. I mean, I'm kind of loving the whole, like, Hearts of Steel packs here. It's one of those I love seeing, like, them doing alternate, versions of the characters, and supposedly this is something they're going to be doing on every year now. So we don't know where they're going after this, but we'll see. Now, here was an interesting one. We'd had rumors of this coming up, but we weren't sure about how this was going to be, packaged. So Armada Nemesis Prime and the Air Defense Minicons are going to be a kind of a fall exclusive set for them here. So unfortunately, it doesn't include the full trailer that the Commander version of Armada Prime has. So Nemesis isn't going to be, full on, super mode or anything. But, we never saw that in the cartoon to begin with. So, but I mean, it's cool because, he's got a whole new damaged head sculpt, just like in the cartoon. And then, the air defense minicons here, which the Star Saber team, as you can see here when in their combined Star Saber mode, they're going to be brand new molds. So, I mean, and there's been comparison shots. They are, a little bit bigger. Of the original, the comparison shots had the original, like, clear plastic ones. But, I mean, it looks good. I kind of want to see about getting this. It's going to be, I think it was going to be $75, but I don't quote me on that. Anyways, moving on. Here we have we saw these during Toy Fair, but the Hot Wheels collaborative Transformers with the Twin Mill and Bone Shaker here. I'm loving them. I have to pick these up, even though, I mean, I haven't been a Hot Wheels fan since I was probably like 5, but these are actually kind of fun. I still pick up an occasional Hot Wheel when it's got like the Turtle Van or, something like that. So, I mean, having actual Transformers that, transform into classic Hot Wheel cars is kind of cool. Okay, here we go into the Age of the Primes listings. So, as it says, we're starting with the deluxes. And we're going into one of the remaining Target Masters here with Shershot, which, I mean, I do like that they're trying to finish out the classic Target Master team. Do I really know the character that well? I mean, I watched the Rebirth over and over for a long time when I was a teenager because it was one of the videos I had, but I mean, I couldn't tell you which Target Master was what really, other than the ones from like the '86 movie, like Blur and Blur Cup and Hot Rod. But I mean, cool that we're getting Sure Shot. I'll probably pick him up just because, yeah, I want to complete. I always had like the Masters were always kind of a fun one, though I'm not sure how well they're doing his Target Master. It doesn't look. I kind of wish we'd have more akin to the what was it, Siege Target Masters. Anyways, going on. Blast off, of course, we got more of the Combaticons coming up. I mean, we're going, at least we're just, not trying to switch things up and we're just going with the, space shuttle right off the bat. Supposedly I wouldn't have picked up on this, but, the head sculpt or, paint job is based on the animation error in the cartoon, supposedly from what they said, with the blotch of purple. I guess that was supposed in the original toy that would have been his eyes, but they gave him the eyes underneath afterwards. So I mean, it's nothing I would have picked up on. I don't pay attention to detail that much going to cartoon the toys, and I've never had. I don't think I ever saw outside of looking up pictures. I don't think I've ever seen the original toy in person. So cool that I'll be picking it up because I am trying to get the Bruticus. Yes, Bruticus. So, anyways, this one was kind of unexpected to me. I knew that we were expecting another Junkion. We'll see later, but I guess people were clamoring for this mold since the original was in like Decepticon colors, but they wanted a more Junkion styled version of it. So in the browns, oranges, and yellows and grays. So I mean, here we got a new Junkion Jalapy, and I mean, it's nice. I like it. It mixes in better with your no other Junkions. It's pretty much just swapping a head out on a mold that's already out. But I mean fun. And if you want to like have your like big Junkosaurus Rex combiner that they can all combine into look a bit more solid in color. All the power to you. I might pick him up. I'm not sure. This might be one of those ones where, I might wait and see if I see it in town, then I'll get it. But as far as pre-ordering, I'm not so sure. Okay, this guy. Hmm. Oh, yes. I am happy to see that we're getting past the season one Maximals and Predacons. I mean, other than that, all we've ever seen is the Optimal Optimus from the Power of the Primes a few years back, and then the Transmetal 2 Megatron. But, it's not in clear plastic, which, let's see if I can actually bring him down. He's right up above me with the classic one up here. If I can get him out here. But it's looking okay. Sorry about the arm shots here. Hopefully nothing else falls off here. But here we have the original, but you can see very much made out of clear plastic, the old water squirter bladder and the cobra head and everything. We're probably not going to get that, but from what it sounds like, the cobra head actually has 5mm ports to add in blast effects. Plus, you can see here in the pincers that he's got ports for other effects too. But I mean, roughly though, I mean, he looks pretty much close to the original toy. The only thing I'm seeing a difference is that the crotch piece isn't the original scorpion head this time. So that's a bit different there. So I'm kind of wondering how different they're putting the transformation here. So let's see going on here. I'm gonna be really happy. I will definitely pre-order Quick Strike here. Okay, here we go into our primes and Quintis. We had no kind of earthly idea of what they were going on, and this certainly doesn't look earthly. Okay, so Quintis has always been tied to the Quintessons, so I mean it kind of makes sense that he's got the lower tentacle base here. I don't know what to say about this guy. He looks interesting. I'll give him that. The kind of like spaceship mode here, and this is they said they kind of like based it off of the Covenant of Primus artwork, but did their own touches with it. The Ember Stone in his chest there is his artifact here. So sadly, it's another one that it seems like a lot of the later ones with their artifacts are all going to be kind of just like, hey, here's a little stone in my chest type of thing. And it's, kind of like my Cronus had earlier. And I don't know. I mean, I'm definitely getting him because it's one of the primes. But this is one of those ones where it's like, yeah, I have no idea. They did what they could. Hopefully, like some people have always been asking, see if we can maybe get like a Beast Machines Botanica out of it maybe later. But we'll see. Going into the Voyager scale. Okay, so yeah, they made Brawl a Voyager for they said because he's a chunky boy with a lot of guns, but I mean I think the only reason that they did that was mainly to try and get them all out at all the Combaticons out in a year. And, maybe give them space to actually add the, classic, extra turrets on the back and everything. I get that. Do I think it needed to be a Voyager? Probably not. But, whatever. It's going to happen. That's the way we're doing it. And, well, I mean, it looks all right. I've never been too big or picky on how Brawl is. One of the actual classic toys I've had was the Rid repaint of this guy for the RAD 2001 Decepticon Combiner team. So it's okay. I'll probably be getting it because I'm getting Menasor. So onward. Okay, here's my favorite. Here's the other junkie on here. So we're doing animated Recgar. And of course, loving it. I mean, it's basically just a minor repaint of the previous garbage truck with a new animated Recgar head, which, the whole, TV Weird Al face. Oh man, heck yeah. I love it. And hey, he's running with scissors. Anyways, so let's go on here. I mean, I like the first version of the mold. This doesn't really change up the color scheme that much, so it's kind of like he might just replace, the one dude and become the new core of my Junkosaurus, or I could just have him with the other, new version animated crew. So, Okay, the other Prime we got today, Amalgamus Prime here. So Amalgamus is the Prime of transformation, and according to this, yeah, he's definitely looking a little shockwave-ish with the eye. With yeah, supposedly the core of the eyeball is his artifact, the transformation cog. So supposedly that'll pop out, and well, I mean, it's an interesting bot. We had no idea what they were gonna go with it, and this like spider tank thing is okay, but from what they told us, he's got multiple transformations, which, being the prime of transformation, yes, let's do that. So he's going to be like a new age RID Megatron Galvatron type of thing where he's gonna have like robot mode, he's gonna have, and like multiple alt modes that you can actually transform him in. He's, from what it sounds like, the designers were having fun with him. So it looks like this guy could be a whole heck of a lot of fun. All sorts of fan modes you can probably get him into, or just, we'll see what the official transformation sheet brings up. But, and to get this all in Voyager scale, that's kind of cool. So supposedly, I'm not. I think they said he's kind of like Junkionish too, where some of his parts will pop off. So and reassemble. So I mean, if that's the way they want to do him too, fits in with Recgar too. So all right, so onward. Leader scale. Oh hey, looks like the 2005 kind of got in mid transition here, which we're going into a repaint of last year's Tigerhawk with the universe repaint of Razor Claw. So it's looking cool. Again, we don't have all the bells and whistles that the original have. I'm sure like some of the third party guys will end up making, the extra stuff that will be needed to make them complete. I've already did that for Tigerhawk, so I probably won't be picking this up, but this is like one of those awesome repaints they did back in the day, and it's looking I'm loving kind of like the bluish purple and the reds, and it's like I kind of want it, but I don't need it. He's not a character I'm that attached to, and I've got a good version of the mold already that I've already spent a good deal of money on. But as the whole Unicron corrupted version of Tigerhawk, this is looking pretty awesome. And here is, yes, Big Man, or sorry, Big Convoy, the leader of the Maximals in Beast Wars Neo, a Japanese series we never got. So I have an older version of the original mold. Excuse me. Been a while since I talked this much. Okay. So, anyways, the it's supposed to have like a lot of the original. It still has like the battle tonfas hiding underneath here that will flip out. It's got the trunk gun going on, though it looks like it's still on his back. Though this is a little different. I don't think that's been normally been a thing there. And they said that they have like everything included, so I'm guessing his, the original like missile battle axes and his like hips here should, I guess that will be there. We'll see. We only got this shot to really show us. The only downside I see is, we got a whole lot of visible robot if coming from that front angle there. It's kind of sad to see, but I've been waiting for a good chance to get a big convoy. I've never wanted to pay the extreme markup that some of the recent, redos have had lately, but it's looking okay. And, like I said, hopefully, like I said before, I have a Universe 1.0 redeco of this guy as a Nemesis Prime, all in black and with bloody tusks. So the one cool thing though that they did say about the tusks though is that they're on 5mm ports, so you can play around with them a bit, move them a bit. They don't have to necessarily stay in one position, whereas the old ones would you could just push them up to like have a little bit of action going on, move his ears or something, which probably isn't going to be available, but I'm liking this. I'm definitely pre-ordering it when it's available. You know, it's one of those ones that I may not have may not have seen the fiction, but I've always loved this look for another like prime character. Okay, and going into the commander scale, we are pretty much for next year, we are not unsurprisingly getting Onslaught. Yeah, they only had the gray prototype render going on right now, but I mean, you know, kind of, interesting pose they got going for them. We'll see if that's, as, good as you can get it. So, the only thing is, this is just the base robot. How are they doing like the commander frame? So that's kind of a big question because I mean, it looks, I mean, base truck mode with some weaponry. I guess that gives them a good way to like. This doesn't look like it could be like the larger weaponry from the classic figure, so it could be, the commander frame could be like a large, trailer weapon pack going on. Okay, Studio Series. I'm gonna be a little less enthusiastic, I'll admit, but let's go into it since I'm on here. So, admittedly, Transformers 1 Arachnid is looking kind of cool. Doesn't quite give me the color scheme that I think she had in the movie, but I mean, the fact that, they got it, they worked it into a transformable robot is pretty awesome. The one thing they did say is like they couldn't just, not give her heels or else she wouldn't be standing up, so that's going to be different than the movie, but hey, I mean, a little small consolidate, you know, thing to, put in there just to make sure that, yeah, she can stand on a shelf. Transformers 5 Barricade. So this, yeah, the last night. I mean, I haven't really been a fan of the Bay movies for a while now, but I mean, it looks okay. I mean, it's cool that we got like a bit more of a armored up police vehicle that I guess he was in this one. I kind of prefer his Transformers 1 mode, if anything, but anyways, cool to have like the big ring gun, the, other, he's definitely decked out. Okay, going into the 86 movie, we got a new version of Windcharger, brand new mold from what they said, and I love that they were going off on like how he's got like a magnetic weapon that this should be like one of the most powerful things in all of Transformers, yet he only uses it like once in the cartoon. Anyways, um, it's a mini bot. I'm not really attached to him, so I'm not sure if I'll ever, go after this. It's it is what it is. I mean, it's nice. It looks like a good version of the character. Onward. Going into the Voyager scale, we got Transformers 1 Alpha Trion. When they'd shown off the gray proto of this before, but here we got like the fully colored version of it. And it looks cool. I mean, suppose they were going off on how they have like the moss covered, bits here, which that's kind of awesome. The fact that they went into that detail, and like the other thing is like the only thing they knew to do with the tail is turn it into a whip for the robot. So, and I'm not gonna friggin' go against that. I always love a good tail whip. But I mean, I haven't. The only Transformers one character I've bought in so far is the Sentinel Prime, just because it's a character that we don't get, and it's Sentinel's always kind of like variable, so a lot of them have different modes and even different color schemes. So it's this with Alpha Trion. I'm a little torn because I mean it's okay. I don't care for that robot or the lion head, Leocord. I don't know what to call him, but yeah, the beast mode head just isn't doing it for me. This jaw and like I don't know. It for what the rest of the movie was, I wish it would have turned out a little bit, more detailed, I guess. I don't know. Okay, Voyager 86 Thundercracker. And despite what everyone was thinking, This is a brand new Seeker mold. It is not the Earthrise mold from what they said. They have redone the entire Seeker mold again. So, here we go, starting up on another Seeker collection if you want to. So it's just interesting that we're starting out with Thundercracker rather than Starscream like usual. But, I mean, the last Starscream I bought was the 86 Coronation version. So I'm, then that's probably like the one that a lot of people have at this point. But, what can I say? It's a Seeker. I've bought in Seekers so many times over the years. This looks nice. It's a good version of Thundercracker. The one thing they did say is like, yes, they've already got Skywarp in the making, and that each of the Seekers will have a unique face sculpt. It sounds like, so we're not getting the generic, Seeker face every time. So cool. Not really one I'm thinking about picking up, but we'll see. Going into the leader scale, we have Transformers 5 The Last Night Nemesis Prime, which, from what I understand, is just kind of a minor retool and redeco of the Transformers 4 one, which it is what it is. I mean, it's a good, nice look at the truck mode. It's a good, it's probably got, I can't really see it myself, but it's probably got the like corrupted deco on the face and everything. It's not one I'm picking up, I can tell you that right now. Just like most of the other like Bayverse stuff or Studio Series in general, I haven't really touched a whole lot of it, other than maybe some of the 86 stuff. So, but with that, Studio Series is going into Titan scale for the first time. And, there's a reason that they did the, Transformers 4 and 5 Optimus lately, because our first Titan for Studio Series is Age of Extinction Grimlock. So that leader class will have a way to sit on the Tyrannosaurus mode here. So, admittedly, yeah, I'm not picking it up. Again, it's cool. I just don't care for like the solid, like chunky gunmetal look of this version of Grimlock. Give me an old school G1 any day, but this, I mean, it's cool for what it is, but excuse me. Not me. From what I understand though, the cool part is like the big old like mace is actually Grimlock's tail. And like this all supposedly transforms and accordions out. I can see how this might flip around to become the tip of the tail, and then like some of this probably just pushes out to fill it out. Kind of cool. I'll give it that. Interesting. Let's just, but again, not my thing. So, and I think that was pretty much it for the most part from them. Yeah, we're starting back around here. Excuse me. So for the most part, that was Hasbro's Transformers news. If you've been noticing up above, we had a bit of Mattel Transformers news. So let's flip that on. And yeah, we got a crossover Masters of the Universe Skeletor with Megatron armor. Didn't have this on my bingo card. I mean, I know Mattel has been doing a lot of collabs with the Masters of the Universe line to keep it going. I mean, I've partaken of the Turtles of Grayskull, and we've got Thundercats just about ready to drop everywhere. So it's like, this was kind of an odd, like, unexpected choice. And, as far as these go, I'm a bit mixed. The Skeletor Megatron, actually, I do find kind of cool. Kind of a cool, head sculpt with the Skeletor face in the middle of Megatron's helmet, kind of the Megatron armor going on. And, like, I love the combined, like, Havoc fusion cannon going on here. So that's kind of cool. Uh, but by the Energon of Grayskull, huh? Oh, I don't know. So right now it is exclusive to Matty Collector for at least, or actually, it might have actually it might have gone. Let's see, through July 26th. Okay, so actually, this might have actually gone up elsewhere. Okay, so this item may also be available at Target. So yes, we've already seen Target listings for this too. It might have already dropped on Target by now, but it's kind of cool. Let's go on to the other one, and this is surprisingly they didn't go He-Man to opposite the Skeletor, but they went Man-at-Arms in Bumblebee armor. And yeah, whereas Skeletor I was kind of getting behind, this looks kind of meh. I'm just not feeling it. It's cool that you can take off the battle mask to see Duncan's face and everything, but nah, it doesn't work as well to me. If anything, it would have been kind of cool to have this like kind of like more Pretender Bumblebee type of look or something like that, or I don't know. Ooh, let's see. Man at Arms discovered that the Bumblebee armor is intuitive with the needs of its owner. No matter the attack, the Bumblebee armor gave Duncan everything he required to protect those in need at any given moment. Okay, but how did they get this Bumblebee armor? I mean, I don't know. It's one of those where it's like it's a fun idea. I don't think it was executed well enough. But let's go ahead and see what Skeletor's little package blurb is. I don't know if I care for like the Havoc staff being on the top of the cannon like that, but let's see here. Infused with the strength and raw power of Megatron, leader of the Decepticons, the new armor donned by Skeletor is unyielding enough to harness both the power of Grayskull and all the Energon in the universe. Okay. Well, it is what it is. I don't know. It's a fun idea. I'm a big, I'm, it just to my side here is Castle Grayskull on my dresser here. So currently with a lot of the Turtles of Grayskull stuff on it, but anyways, I don't know. As far as Transformers go, I think I would have been more akin to seeing like a transforming attack track or transforming Sky Striker. These just don't. This isn't doing it for me. This is more, Mattel trying to extend their line with Motu than it is, Transformers, having fun, turning a different newer vehicle type into a new character or something. And it's just not doing it for me. But that was what we had come out of the con. So I mean, I don't know. I kind of want to do a Motu video too. I don't know if it's not kind of my wheelhouse as much as some of the other stuff, but it's they had dropped something really big there that I was really happy with, and another thing that I was really not feeling, which continues from last year, sadly. But anyways, I'll go ahead and stop the video for now. I had a fun time going over these with you, and if you enjoy this, keep here. I have to, start doing videos more often. Hopefully next time I can get my, oh man, I don't know how much I was actually in frame here this whole time. My iPhone's not cooperating with my laptop, so I was using the laptop webcam for once, and I know the quality is not good. Anyways, I'll leave you here. Have a good day, and see you later.